But we've covered all the basics that we need in general for on the side of angles. But I thought it's quite important that I talk about this term called bisect. This is the word bisect, and we see it a lot in our questions that we try to answer in the exams. A line bisects another line if it cuts that line at the midpoint. This line AM bisects BC because it cuts it at M. In this case, M is the midpoint. So line AM bisects line segment BC, and it bisects it at the midpoint M. Now, what is important to conclude here is the fact that this implies that BM is equal to MC. So if M is the midpoint, then BM is equal to MC. And please, people, do not think that AM is perpendicular to BC. It might look like that in this case, but it could be any line. I could have drawn a line which goes in this way. As long as M is the midpoint, it will still be bisecting the line BC. So it's important that you appreciate that it doesn't have to look like it is a vertical, so it is a perpendicular line, as it might seem to be the case here. The second part is the issue of bisecting an angle. We say that a line bisects an angle if it divides that angle into two equal angles. And you can see here we've got two angles. We've got angle Q1 and we've got angle Q2, and the line QP bisects the angle Q such that we can write that angle Q1 is equal to angle Q2. So this tells us that line QP bisects angle Q. It divides it into two equal angles. Again, we're going to talk about such cases when we do our discussion, but I wanted to make sure that you remember these things, because if you remember these basics and you can really apply them as you move along solving problems in geometry, you will find that it is not as difficult as many people have come to think. It is mainly understanding these basic concepts, and we're going to build up on them as we move along, and you're going to see that once you have them, it becomes easy to deal with geometry.